Have you ever wondered how much it costs to survive cancer? It's a question that may seem outlandish, but for many it's a harsh reality. When we talk about surviving cancer, we often focus on the medical journey, the diagnosis, the treatment, the recovery. But there's another side to this journey, the financial side, that can be equally daunting. Imagine being Jessie Putre, a 42-year-old woman from Laval, Quebec. One day, she discovers a lump in her breast. Soon after, she's diagnosed with an aggressive type of breast cancer known as HER2 positive. She opts for a private mastectomy due to long wait times in the public system. The medical team recommends an antibody treatment called Perjeta. It's a lifeline, a beacon of hope. But then comes the financial blow. The price tag on this crucial treatment? A staggering $68,000. That's right, $68,000. It's not just a number. It's a mountain standing between Jessie and her chance of survival. It's a figure that represents the high price of life in the face of a deadly disease. But why is the cost so high? Why is a woman fighting for her life also forced to grapple with a financial burden of such magnitude? Is this the price one has to pay for a chance at survival? And if so, is it a fair price? These are questions that need answers. These are issues that need to be addressed. Jessie's story isn't just about the high cost of cancer treatment. It's a spotlight on a system that seems to prioritize profit over patients. It's a call to action for change, for a system that makes survival a right, not a privilege. Now imagine being told you have to pay $68,000 for a chance to survive. Meet Jessie Putre, a 42-year-old resident of Laval, Quebec. Jessie's journey is one of courage, resilience, and an unexpected twist that brought her face to face with the harsh realities of healthcare systems. It all started when Jessie discovered a lump in her breast. A visit to the doctor confirmed her worst fears. She was diagnosed with an aggressive type of breast cancer known as HER2 positive. This type of cancer is particularly fast-growing, making immediate treatment essential. Jessie, like many others, was faced with a critical decision. She could wait for the public healthcare system to schedule her surgery, but the wait times were long, and every moment mattered. Or she could opt for a private mastectomy, which promised a quicker response but came with a hefty price tag. For Jessie, the choice was clear. She chose life over cost and opted for the private surgery. She was well aware of the financial burden, but she was more concerned about her health. The decision was difficult, but she believed it was the best course of action to fight the aggressive cancer that was threatening her life. However, the private healthcare route was not without its challenges. After the surgery, she was faced with a staggering bill for Perjeta, an antibody treatment that her medical team had recommended. The cost was a whopping $68,000, a sum that Jessie was not prepared to handle. But the story doesn't end with the surgery. The real challenge was just beginning. Jessie's medical team recommended Perjeta, an antibody treatment. But there was a catch. This wasn't your ordinary prescription that you could just pick up from the pharmacy with a small co-payment. No, Perjeta, though heralded as a lifesaver, came with a staggering price tag of $68,000. Just imagine, in the midst of battling aggressive breast cancer, you are handed a bill that could buy a luxury car. The financial burden, the stress, the sheer disbelief, it's overwhelming. That's the reality Jessie was thrust into. A fight for survival suddenly morphed into a fight for affordable treatment. Now, you might be wondering, why wasn't this cost covered by the hospital? That's a question many are asking St. Mary's Hospital, the very place where Jessie received her treatment. Despite the proven effectiveness of Perjeta, the hospital faced criticism for not shouldering the cost. The very institution that should have been a beacon of hope became a source of financial distress. But amidst the financial turmoil and finger-pointing, humanity shone through. A fundraising campaign was launched, rallying support to help cover Jessie's colossal medical bill. Strangers, friends, family, all coming together for a single cause to help a woman in her fight against cancer. Yet the question remains. So why is someone who is fighting for their life also forced to fight for affordable treatment? It's a question that echoes in the hearts of many, a call for change in a system that seems to prioritize profit over patients. The cost of treatment should never be a barrier to survival. But there's another issue at play here, the age limit for breast cancer screening. This simple yet crucial statement opens up a world of debate and controversy. The current standard in many regions, including Quebec, is to begin regular mammograms at age 50. But is this the optimal age? A growing chorus of voices is arguing that it's not. They're pushing for a lower age limit, a shift that could potentially catch cases like Jesse's earlier and lead to better outcomes. The logic is straightforward. The earlier the detection, the better the prognosis. But like many things in healthcare, it's not quite that simple. Lowering the age limit for screening brings its own set of challenges. More screenings mean more false positives, more unnecessary biopsies, and more anxiety for women who may not have needed to worry in the first place. It's a delicate balancing act between early detection and overdiagnosis. In response to these concerns, the Quebec Health Ministry is considering expanding the screening age to 40. This is a significant move that could potentially save lives, but also add to the healthcare system's burden. The St. Mary's Hospital, where Jessie received her treatment, is under scrutiny for not covering the cost of Perjeta, a recommended antibody treatment. The hospital's decision has sparked a debate about the inconsistencies between the private and public healthcare system. Advocates argue that lowering the age limit for screening could potentially prevent situations like Jessie's, where aggressive treatment and high costs could have been avoided with earlier detection. The controversy surrounding the age limit for breast cancer screening is a complex one, with valid arguments on both sides. It's a debate that ultimately centers around one critical question. Early detection can save lives, but at what age should this detection start? Jessie's story isn't unique. It's a stark reminder of the inconsistencies in our healthcare system. On one hand, we have the public healthcare system, known for its universal accessibility. However, it's often marred by long wait times and limitations in coverage. On the other hand, we have the private sector, known for its efficiency and speed. Yet it's often associated with exorbitant costs, as seen in Jessie's case. This dichotomy creates a significant burden for patients, particularly those battling life-threatening conditions like cancer. The financial strain, often coupled with the emotional toll of the disease, can be overwhelming. In Jessie's case, the recommended treatment, Perjeta, came with a hefty price tag of $68,000, an amount that many would find insurmountable. But why should finances be a barrier to receiving potentially life-saving treatment? It's a question that reverberates across the globe, echoing in the hearts of countless individuals and their families. It's a question that calls for immediate change, a shift in the way we approach healthcare costs. The need for change isn't just about reducing the financial burden. It's about ensuring that everyone, regardless of age, income, or background, has equal access to critical medical treatments. It's about reevaluating our screening protocols to allow for earlier detections and better outcomes. It's about holding our healthcare systems, both public and private, accountable for providing comprehensive, affordable care. The journey to change may be long and complex, but it's a journey we must embark on. It's a journey that begins with awareness, continues with dialogue, and culminates in action. It's a journey that requires the collective effort of policymakers, healthcare providers, and patients alike. Cancer doesn't discriminate, and neither should our healthcare system. It's time for a change.